Notts County Tour back with another match preview. This time it's for Tuesday night's game away at Harrogate. They play at the Wetherby Stadium. 3,000 capacity, roughly 500 seats. So it's another one like Eastleigh. It doesn't have the full seating capacity. For Notts fans on a Tuesday night, it's going to be a decent journey, about 80 miles and 2 hours one way. So any Notts fans that go up on Tuesday night, hats off to you.
Yeah, fair play. It's a good way to go on a Tuesday, isn't it? I'm getting back. They're doing well. They've had a shaky start, haven't they? They've won one, lost one, drawn one.
Still better than us, but
yeah, well, it is better than us. They've got 3 points more than us, but I suppose that just shows we're 23rd, aren't we? They're 9th, and they've only got one more win. Start of the season, you know.
Yeah, it just shows that one win can bump you up anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They drew with Solihull, didn't they? And then they've beat Barrow 3-0, which is a convincing win.
That's a good win.
Yeah. And they lost 1-0 to Woking. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, and that's not a fantastic result considering Woking are one of the favourites to go down.
Yeah. But yeah,
like you say, start of the season.
Yeah, it's a hard one to call really, because we're either going to come out firing, aren't we, or they're going to show us that they've got that National League mentality.
Yeah, I believe it's the first time we've ever played Harrogate competitively as well. So should be a decent game, and it's another ground to tick off for a lot of Notts fans.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at players to watch for Harrogate, there's obviously the obvious. We'll get on to him in a minute, but danger man. Every time we seem to say danger man, Reader Johnson, Akinola, they seem to score.
Yeah.
So let's hope it's a bit different this time. So Will Smith, centre half. He was on loan at Darlington in the past, and he's come from Barnsley. He scored 2 in the Barrow game, I presume. So it's another dangerous defender that Notts don't seem to deal well with. Did the defender score for Barnet from the corner? I'm not sure, but anyway, set pieces, defenders, set pieces go hand in hand, don't they? So Will Smith is definitely one to watch out for. 2 goals already, and yeah, tricky player.
Yeah.
So Josh Folkingham, a midfielder. I've seen a lot of reports on Twitter and just on fan chats and blogs that he is a key player to watch out for this season. I think he played out wide. Might be getting that wrong. Played out wide in one of the games, but yeah, he's another one we've got to watch out for. He's played around the National League for a little bit. He's played at Dunfermline, I believe, in Scotland. So he's got pedigree at this sort of standard of football, and hopefully with mentioning him he doesn't score. But last player to mention on players to watch,
John Stead. For me, I'm not overly concerned. He's not been starting, has he?
I don't think he started a game yet.
The back end of last season, he just, whether his head was in it or not, he just didn't look bothered, did he? He didn't look like he could get into any of the games. So unless he's going to come out there with vengeance to try and score against us, I'm not really too fussed about John Stead. But you've got to give him a mention, obviously, because he played for us last season. But onto team news.
Just for that, what sort of reception do you think Stead will get?
I don't think he'll get a good one. I don't. Because Ardley said in one of his conferences that there was the Nolan, the Q players, and there was like the players that he brought in. So there was like 3 groups of players. He was saying that there was like a toxic, poisonous atmosphere in the changing room, and I might be wrong, but I feel like he would probably have been one of the main advocates for that.
I do. The way he said what he said with 2 games to go as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. When he was saying if Nolan was still there, it undermines everyone, doesn't it? The owner, the current manager has.
I think it'll be mixed reception, but
yeah, it'll be mixed, definitely. Yeah, he had a decent time and scored a few goals.
Yeah, he did well. Team news. So only thing of concern is O'Brien.
Yeah, he went off, didn't he? He looked fairly frustrated, but I think it's sciatica,
which can be recurring, which is a bit of a worry.
Yeah, I think what it will be, I know it's the start of the season and we've only had 3 games, but I think it's just that Saturday, Tuesday, isn't it? It's probably taken a bit of a toll on his body, but I'm hoping he'll probably be back on Tuesday.
The only worrying thing for me is that when he went down against Barnet, he knew he was finished. There was no... he knew he was coming off, and I hope that's
and you feel like he's not one of those players that's just going to go off if he's got a little bump. He's one of those that would probably battle through it more than anything. But
I think with the way he played as well, it might have been niggling him in the game.
Yeah, a fan said as well on one of our previous videos that when he went off, he seemed to lack a bit of leadership, and I couldn't agree more.
Definitely.
You can see it. He is a leader, and we've said it multiple times. I'd like to see him captain.
Yeah.
And apparently he wasn't even on the club's books in the summer, was he? Because he got released, didn't he? Apparently he was like the main person trying to push to get wages through and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but squad news. So Ardley has said that by Tuesday, he very much believes there'll be another player in through the door. Now, personally, I think that could be a target man because it's what we're lacking in this league, and someone for like Tyson or Dennis to play off. If that is to come in by Tuesday, would this start?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I reckon it's going to be like an attacking midfielder. I do.
Do you? Someone to link play up.
We need that more than anything. I mean, we need a target man without a doubt, but
you need that. Well, we said it yesterday.
We need that link between the back and the front. So
yeah, with that,
For me, I think he's not stupid. Hardly. I think it's going to be an attacking midfielder. He didn't really say what it was going to be.
No, but with that in mind, we've again picked our team. So leave yours in the comments below. That's always good to see. But we said yesterday in the instant reaction to the Barnet game we need a different formation. I believe Ardley might stick with his 5-3-2 just because
you never know.
Yeah. So we've sort of thought what Ardley went to towards the end of the second half and a 4-4-1-1, didn't we?
Yeah. I think it can work at this level. It's basically a 4-4-2, isn't it?
But it gives you that
solid formation.
It helps with the link because I don't think our two centre mids that we've picked in this are particularly attacking minded.
Yeah.
So
that's it. In goals, you got to go for Slocum.
Yeah.
He's not put a foot wrong for me yet.
No.
The goals yesterday, nothing he can do about it.
No. Bakayoko at left back.
Yeah.
Two centre halves. It's
a tricky one.
It is a tricky one. I'd originally gone with Graham and Bird. Then George made a great point that
you don't want to have two young players at the back. You need that bit of experience, I think, at the back. So I said Rawlinson and Graham.
Rawlinson and Graham for me.
For Turner as well, it's frustrating because you feel like he's got it in him. He's got that ability, definitely, but he needs more game time. But when he's playing like that, you don't really want to see him having too much game time because you just feel like he's a little bit sloppy at the minute.
Yeah, it will come though, I think. He's got that pedigree at a high level.
Yeah.
So this is also interesting. We're going Tuchel for right back, and we'll explain why in a minute. He came on, it was great to see him, and I have no worries with Tuchel at right back, even though Kelly Evans has been playing really well. But we'll obviously get onto that in a minute.
He's a player that stands out for me as well because he's got that fight and that want to.
And he wants to be at the club as well, which I'm not saying other players don't. They definitely do, but he seems to have it over and above the rest. Like it's like embedded in him, Notts County. It seems.
Yeah.
Left mid.
Enzio.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. Cuts inside.
Yeah.
Gave that great finish yesterday. I don't think he does enough to warrant being up front. Actually.
No, I think yesterday first half his work rate was quite good. But in the second half, his work rate just dropped like off the ball. We was watching him, weren't we? And we were saying he's just walking around the pitch.
That's at the same time. As much as it's good to have him cutting in at left mid, you also need to track back at full back. At left mid, and I don't know if they'd offer that.
Maybe
but we'll have to see. Centre mids says it for itself.
Yeah, well, Rose and O'Brien, if he's okay. I mean, I think he will be, but the way he went off was a bit.
So
there's not really been too much news on him, really.
No, so hopefully Rose and O'Brien. Now right mid, we've gone Kelly Evans. He was pushed to right mid when Tuchel came on, and he never stops running, so he's going to track back for Tuchel.
Yeah.
And I just think, give it a go.
Yeah,
I think he's a fantastic player. Like the way he's come in, I'd said backup for Tuchel, but if you could have him on Tuchel, you've not got any worries about the defensive cover.
Yeah.
And I think Kelly Evans likes to attack, so
I do as well. Yeah, I'd like to see him getting a few more balls across the box and in the box and into dangerous areas because he does the runs, but he just doesn't seem to. I don't know. I'd like to see the fullbacks, if we do play five at the back, crossing more and putting more balls into threatening areas because that's what we've been lacking definitely.
I think this formation that we're offering would mean you wouldn't see the fullbacks exposed like they have been the wingbacks. I think it's also important what side you would play the centre halves in this one, because if you've got Tuchel and Kelly Evans, that's pretty solid. So you probably put your youngest centre half in Graham on that side, and then put Rawlinson to help out Bakayoko and Enzio, who Enzio might not track back. Rawlinson's could help him out that side, but
centre forward, you look at behind the front striker, you're looking at Dennis. I think they could play off of each other quite well.
They played all right together.
Yeah, and we discussed yesterday. Dennis, he looked great yesterday. I thought when he came on, he just had that little bit of spark about him. And Tyson up top,
work rate's
great. Yeah, so he's 37. He's chasing everything. He's putting the pressure on, and I think he's going to get a few goals this season purely from doing that.
It will come, and I feel like when one comes, 2 or 3 might come.
Yeah.
Obviously, that could change with O'Brien not being fit, or possibly the inclusion of a target man.
Result?
I'm going 1-1. I think it'll be 1-1, and I think it will be Tyson's first goal for us.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say 3-0 Knots.
3-0 Knots.
Yeah.
Big claim there. With who scoring?
Tyson 1 and Dennis 2.
I'd love to see Dennis score.
Yeah, me too. I'd like to give a special mention at the end of the video as well. A couple of fans came up to us yesterday and said they were appreciating the content.
Oh, yeah.
It's just really nice to get that feedback from the fans, and yeah, we really appreciate that.
Yeah, it makes a massive difference because it knows what we're doing, you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's nice for us to hear that,
to bring content to Knots fans. So yeah, that's really appreciated, seeing that at the game.
Yeah.
And even on the way to the game, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tuesday night, if you're going down there, safe travels. If not, keep up to date with the score, and hopefully we can pick up our first 3 points of the season.
Yeah, thank you.